Hi everybody, this is Prasant Naidu here from Lighthouse Insights, a site that exclusively talks about Indian social media news. In our conversation series where we have been speaking to digital and social media experts from the industry, today we have Samar Singh Shekhawat, Senior Vice President, United Breweries Limited. Hi Samar.
Hi Prashant, how are you?
I'm good, Samar. The idea today is to talk about Kingfisher, and we all know Kingfisher ranks in one of the top 10 brands on Facebook in terms of a number of fans. So the idea is to talk about social media and how you guys are using social media and what's the road ahead in 2030.
I am the Senior Vice President Marketing for United Breweries. I've been here for about 3.5 years. I have a total of about 23.5 years of experience with marketing and sales. I've worked with Cadbury's, with Levers, with PepsiCo, with Dabur, with Spencer's Retail, and now I'm with UB. I handle marketing for all UB's brands across the country, and also sort of coordinate with our international markets, because we sell Kingfisher in over 50 markets worldwide. And we brew out of America, we brew out of the UK, we brew and bottle out of Australia and New Zealand, so it's a fairly diverse and large portfolio. You are probably familiar that United Breweries is actually a joint venture with Heineken. I mean, Heineken has 37.5% stake in this company, as does Dr. Vijay Mallya, has also 37.5% stake, and the balance 25% is owned by financial institutions and the public. As a result, consequent to this arrangement, we've also launched Heineken in India. And as a matter of fact, Heineken is the world's #1 beer brand on Facebook. They have actually 11 million fans. We also separately have a Heineken India page, which is doing extremely well. And we also have Kingfisher East Bengal, which is a football club that we own, which is actually Asia's #2 football club on Facebook. We're getting to close to 800,000 fans on Kingfisher East Bengal. So there's a fair digital presence as well that we have. You know, it's nice to have those numbers, but it's like scoring a triple century or a double century. If your team doesn't win, it doesn't really help. I mean, we're not here for records. So while the sheer number is very satisfying, I think what's more important for us is the quality of engagement and the compelling content that we'd like to put out for our fans on social media. So, and we really rate ourselves more on our engagement metrics, you know, in terms of likes, in terms of shares, in terms of people talking about this, in terms of views on their timeline and newsfeed, etc. That really drives it more. And we sort of pride ourselves on having amongst the highest engagement level with our fans. So really more than numbers, which is always satisfying, it's really the quality of the engagement that drives us. Engagement, experiential marketing, building a brand community across multiple platforms. And this is what gives us an opportunity to celebrate and what we truly stand for in terms of, being the king of good times. We started from a Twitter-led campaign called #KFBeerUp, #KingfisherBeerUp, that took place in Delhi and Bombay. Started this in January 2010, and this is a first of its kind initiative by an Indian brand that brings people from the virtual world together on a real life stage and gives them great reasons to make that quantum jump into being brand advocates. So when it started off, it was just a party that Kingfisher would facilitate, but now it is getting into, the entire event is conducted only on Twitter, from invites to RSVPs. Typically these are gatherings of 200, 250 people, and the invites get sold out in 60 seconds flat. Because now we've done 8, 10, 12 such beer ups. So a beer up is like a tweet up, where people meet in the virtual world in a tweet up, whereas in a beer up, through Twitter, they actually end up meeting in the real world. They're like-minded people. We sometimes have a comedy theme. We have a Formula One racing theme. We've done Hollywood themes. And people who are part of this actually get to choose the venue. They get to choose the menu. They get to choose the entertainment. So there's a huge amount of ownership around this, and Kingfisher brings this to them. We created a video around this character called Brewdolf, who goes about town giving away beer to those who are in dire need of beer. The idea is to get a feel of consumer gratification by being as user-centric as possible. An activation like Brewdolf helps us in doing just what we're able to do to connect with fans and users. So we have this mythical character called Brewdolf, the good times rain beer, who will come to your place and give you any amount of beer if you need it. And so it's around the whole Christmas good cheer. So that was something that we were very satisfied with. And the third one was something around the doomsday activation. The world was supposed to end on 12th of December as per the Mayan calendar. So we sort of gave a Kingfisher kind of quirky flip on that, where we said, imagine a world without beer. So we didn't say the world's going to end, but we said, imagine a world without beer. We called it the Doomsday Activation. We got tremendous response from fans, where we asked them to post their expressions when they get to hear the news that the world has no beer. And the best expressions actually won prizes and free crates of beer. So that was very, very sort of satisfying. And the last one that we've done that I can talk about is what we call the Kingfisher Blue Mile. Kingfisher Blue is a brand that is positioned on action, adventure, outdoors, etc. So we have something called the Blue Mile, where we've selected participants through Twitter. And there were several rounds of interviewing, etc. And we sent them on an expedition across various parts of the country. And this activation is integrated with our digital marketing efforts, where selected participants have been tweeting from various locations, writing blogs, sharing their adventures and excitement with the world on social media, posting pictures. We've got video content around this, where we will put them up as episodes every week on the Kingfisher Blue microsite, which is part of the Kingfisher social media platform. So whether it is gamification for IPL or apps that we come out with the season, the responses have always been overwhelming. And that's really, what drives our philosophy in terms of constantly engaging fans, giving them interesting, exciting content so that they're sort of kept compelled, kept engaged with us and they stay with us. I mean, the whole challenge is to actually stay ahead of the curve. And because now it's like riding a tiger. Now consumers and fans have come to expect interesting, exciting and different things from the brand. And we aim to sort of not disappoint them, in fact, constantly surprise them. So it's a huge challenge. We have a separate digital marketing team. We have a separate digital agency that works across brands. So this doesn't reside with any of the brand teams because it's a specialized function. And at UB, we believe that the digital medium is not just a support medium anymore. It's going to be a lead medium, both for Heineken and Kingfisher. It's a lead medium. And a lot of people say that, yes, we're doing all this, but we're not very sure how much this is driving brand salience. I have the opposite answer. I believe that any initiative that you do on digital actually is better metricized, and you have a better grip on where your communication is going, how specifically and how sharply it is targeted, what are the response times. I mean, these people live in nanoseconds, their lives change on a daily basis. It's a very dynamic and fluid situation, and one needs to constantly be on the ball. We've doubled our digital budgets every year. So we will continue to do this.
Interesting to hear that, Samar. Thank you very much for your time, Samar. It's a pleasure talking to you, and thanks a lot.
Thank you, Prashant. All the best. Thank you. Bye-bye.